question was, since you guys, work so hard on the show and like maybe becomes your life, how do you guys stay so incredibly sexy?
They probably should be Mike. Mike, is it you? Mike, do you want to talk about our sexy regimen? Do you want to talk about it? Obviously moisturizers.
It's really tough to really stay this sexy. It involves a lot of junk food, a lot of sitting around, very little exercise.
Never getting in the sun.
Yeah.
Everything we do after watching Twilight.
Wait. Let me try. After watching Vampire Hunter D. You gotta know your vampire audience. You and the gem and the hologram shirt must have a question.
So at one point, you did a what if there was a Buffy season 8. So it kind of was about evil Catch dolls. And now that there actually is a Buffy season 8, are you thinking of revisiting that? And would you ever consider a Buffy Sailor Moon crossover sketch?
Let me break your hearts all at the same time. So part of the way that the show works, part of the way that we can show all this cool stuff is it has to make some kind of sense. You have to find a way that those two worlds could collide. And that's the biggest thing. Now I recognize, I know, time travel, mysticism, all kinds of dark humor. There's a bunch of different ways, but very few.
Magical girls fighting evil.
Buffy the Twilight Slayer. Show up in Sunday on the comics.
Or everyone versus Edward Cullen. Get the True Blood people in there too.
Real vampires beat up those wusses, that's all.
I've seen every single episode and everything, the Star Wars kids and the Christmas specials. What happened to the bloopers guy?
In the season we had it's all like
Every single episode.
that's true. Yeah, he finally ate it like Kenny. I mean, it finally just happened. The character's whole, I don't know if you guys know this, but the character's whole concept is at the end of every episode that he appears in, he finds a new and exciting way to kill himself. He just shotgun, no shit. But you know what, it really is topic specific because you have to write all the bloopers and figure out what it is that each of these things are, and then it's a specific parody of whatever the property is. And it became really complicated, and I think after we did the most tragic home videos one, we were like, maybe this doesn't work as well.
Well, the problem for the blooper host and also Unsolved Mysteries, or that guy,
Unsolved Kids,
whatever. Is that every time we pitch one, we always ask ourselves, is this better than we've already done? Because we don't want to take a step down, and usually the stuff we pitch, none of our stuff is really that funny. So we try, but it's gonna have to be awesome.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody on this audience, but I've had chronic insomnia and fitful sleep since I was 15 years old, so I guess I'm just living with the shadowy screams of all those children's dreams I've smashed.
I think we all knew, though. That's the thing. I think that's why this show works, is because we all grew up watching things that were a little dumber than we were. And, you get together with your friends and make fun of these shows in exactly the same way. And that's really all we're doing. I don't know about you.
My wife doesn't speak to me because I ruined Dr. Seuss with Screw Musical, a musical. And then we did the Horton, but also the Misery, Snoopy.
Oh God!
That's the response we got on Homer.
But implausibly, the widow, Jeannie Schultz, Charles Schultz's widow, threw her arms around both me and Matt 2 Comic-Cons ago, like big hugs, thanks for celebrating Peanuts on Raw Chicken. And I was like, who knew that lady had such a wicked sense of humor?
Dan Milano, the creator of Greg the Bunny, was a new series coming to MTV, so look for that. Yes, hooray, anyone?
Doug, but I don't think they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, trickle down economics doesn't work, right?
How long it takes from the coming up with the idea and actually seeing on TV the whole process?
It's different for each episode. I mean, when we start writing, we write, like I said, 5 episodes at the same time, and then we'll start to overlap, like we'll clear those 5 and put them into pre-production, and then we'll continue writing through the beginning of physical production, starting to record and everything like that. So it can be several months between the time it's actually written to the time it's shot, especially when it's on the air, because even after we've delivered them, they still delay, as per whatever their programming schedule is. Not exciting business stuff, that's what I do. That's what Dad does at work all day. We all thought that was very funny, that there's just sort of this implied understanding that when you go through all of this difficult journey and you rescue the princess, that maybe she's gonna get out.
Otherwise, why would you play?
My question is, in Family Guy, you did this really cool thing where you actually mentioned Robot Chicken with...
That was not my idea. Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah, that was really good.
What's that one? Was there a question about that specifically?
Yeah, are you actually planning on, like, getting back at Family Guy even though you...
We don't really, like,
We did it reopen. The season we did a nod to
it was more to McFarlane than anything else. Like, in the season opener this year, we had me and Matt. We killed everybody in the shop. We were like, oh no, how do we get the show? If we don't have a crew, we gotta get renewed. And so we go to like Joss Whedon and Ron Moore, and we ask them all for like, how do we get our show renewed? And Joss is mad at me and he tries to kill me because he thinks I'm a werewolf. And then I tell Ron Moore that he could have put me on Battlestar, like I could be a Cylon. And he's like, you're a fucking skid job. And, and then we go to Seth MacFarlane, and Seth MacFarlane is, clap his hands, cutaway to us being renewed.
We got a little dig in where he's like, hey, everybody, look, it's Seth MacFarlane, the creator of American Dad. And he's like, whoa, create our Family Guy, please.
And then the cutaways are really silly. He's like, I haven't nobody's asked me that since I bought C-3PO, that leather jacket with Pepsi points. So, we are not really in a competition with them.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, just for fun.
They actually have a bit coming up. It's sort of like Sliders, where the Family Guy family goes into all these different environments, and they wind up in Robot Chicken. They're awesome. Like we're all friends, so they wind up throwing nods to us, and we throw nods to them. But, yeah. We got called by the National American Association for Prostate Cancer Awareness, and they were like, "Hey, we wanted to talk to you guys about having Optimus Prime be our spokesperson." Do you ever call Saturday Night Live and ask for Bill Clinton to be your spokesperson? Call Hasbro.
I just want to know, in the next season, are you guys going to make fun of more old school stuff like Leave It to Beaver, V, very old school, all that.
Leave It to Beaver and V. He's coming back.
Yeah, there's a new V coming out. Did it get picked up, right? I haven't seen it, guys. I was one of those people that watched that show when it was live. When it was on for real, and I wanted one of those guns, and I was terrified with that gal, ain't that big gerbil. So we talked about it. We sort of did a shout out to V when we did our rehab sketch. We had all the celebrities going to rehab, and then we revealed that rehab is actually just a staging ground for an alien invasion. Celebrities had been placed into prominent positions in our planet so that they could have influence over society, and then they were all malfunctioning because they needed to drink and do drugs to balance out the atmosphere. It's...
Has anyone from that rehab sketch died yet? I think they're still all alive, right? Because they were all right on the
original series. Yeah.
No, the rehab sketch, not me.
Oh no, they're all living.
Britney Spears.
Oh, from the rehab sketch.
Yeah.
Well, Britney dropped her baby when she did the 360.
Yeah.
She was flying a plane with no canopy, and she forgot to get the baby a car seat. She even said in the show, there's more where that came from, so.
But to answer your question, no, we're not going to make fun of anything in the next season.
Next season's all going to be just linear storytelling. I'm just